Hi everyone, Action Kid here. It's August 21st, 2019 at the corner of Decatur Street and Esplanade Avenue in New Orleans, Louisiana. Temperature is 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius. And I'll be walking down Decatur Street to Canal Street and then walking up Canal Street. This is a continuation of my walk from Common Street. No, I don't believe it's Common. Roosevelt Way, through the French Quarter, through Bourbon Street, which was some really sketchy areas. You can check that video up in the upper right corner. I'll leave a card to it where I ended in this location. So from what people tell me, Decatur Street is a very interesting neighborhood. It runs pretty much on the southern end of New Orleans, of the bank of the Mississippi River. But it's got a lot of interesting bars and restaurants and all that cool, interesting stuff here. Just hope this area isn't as sketchy as Bourbon Street, which I don't expect it to be, but someone shouting things, I'm not exactly sure what. Usually I think it's traffic related. Very nice dog here. From what I understand, there's a lot of art galleries here and multi-ethnic cuisines. And when I see dog walkers, I know they're usually not bad people, because it takes a lot of responsibility to raise a dog, and bad people don't really usually raise dogs unless they're used for like bad purposes. So I guess I take that statement back. But here's the American Sports Saloon. There's a smoke and vape shop across the street. Governor Nichols. A lot of these streets are named after French politicians back in the day. Now that it's getting a little bit closer to 7 o'clock, there's definitely a lot of activity on this street. A lot of traffic's coming through here now. The city is waking up. As I explained in the other video, New Orleans is the Big Easy. Doesn't look like it's Big Easy anymore. People are actually doing stuff now. Going to work. Bell's Diner. Sandwiches and burgers. Specialties. A lot of these businesses have issues with public bathrooms, I see. They have signs on the doors that say that they're for patrons only. Pepper Palace. I like that graphic up there. I do think that it's not a restaurant. They sell a lot of peppers. It's a very nice park, the Troll Park. Cool. And that's the French Market Station, which doesn't seem to be open right now. The sun's just coming up. I'll just go across the street and walk by it real quick. Why not? I'm already here. Loretta's, New Orleans, famous for their beignets. Alright, that's enough for this walk of French Market. I don't feel overly too comfortable here, even though there's not too many people, but you never know. I'll just continue on my walk south through Decatur Street. Now, I didn't get a chance to see what these bike share systems cost, but they're called blue bikes here. In New York City, they're called city bikes, where I'm originally from. Oh, so they have the pricing as 10 cents per minute. Someone there is smoking in the middle of the park. Gazebo Cafe, the original ice cream daiquiri. Southern candy maker's best pralines. I do wonder how this street is in the middle of the day when they all open up and people are all out and about. We see some political advertisements now. Very cool area. Nice to see there's some history here. Oh, I thought I could walk through here, but I guess not. Joan of Arc, Maid of Orleans, or Maid of Orleans. Gift from France. Got multiple plaques here for a French market and rehabilitations. But since the sidewalk ended over there, I need to cross over the street. Frank's Restaurant, Italian cuisine. That sound of the train is the sound that's waking New Orleans up here. Some more pigeons. These types of birds are universal throughout every major urban area. They just adapt so well no matter where they go. Nice Gothic store here. New Orleans Visitor Center. Wow, cool. It's a nice artist gallery to the left here. Nice, neat little shops. Magnolia Praline Company. Another House of Pepper, which I saw earlier. This store which sells a lot of hot spices and peppers. Exclusively, probably. What to see and do in New Orleans sign. Swamp tour, city tour, ghost tour, and plantation tours. Or how about just walk around with Action Kid with a camera and see how life really is in the early morning. Starting the walk before sunrise and almost getting punched in the face and camera stolen. Really, really scary there. I wouldn't do it again. Stay away from him. So New Orleans is also nicknamed NOLA for New Orleans, Louisiana. This is Jackson Square now. It's a big square in the middle of the street. I could look up some history on it to tell you what it's about. But it's located here. Okay, it looks like Jackson Square's closed this early in the morning. If I can talk without the railroad interrupting me. You can see it there. But it's a historic park in the French Quarter of New Orleans, essential to the city's history. It's the site where 1803 Louisiana was made United States territory with the completion of the Louisiana Purchase. So that's why this place is so highly renowned. I did not know that. Very cool. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed I couldn't go in. Wow, that's a big freight train. You know what? Let's see if I can catch some of it. Some of these freight trains can be very, very long, so. My goodness. There's a streetcar making its way down. Okay. So now I'm back on the main street. Most places still aren't open yet. I wonder what the normal opening times for people are around here. 8 o'clock, the CVS opens to 10 o'clock at night. All right, so there's about another hour to go before businesses start really opening up. Wow, this is something going on there, a military event. I see flags being carried. Well, probably not necessarily military, but something related to flags and maybe it has something to do with Jackson Square. Gumbo restaurant. Got the Mask Factory across the street. French Market Inn, historic. Best of Nola. Can't really read the font underneath it, but I wonder what kind of best of there is. Could be best of cuisine, could be best of like clothing or vintage. I saw a mannequin in there. Yeah. Looks like a clothing store, so fashion, clothing, that kind of stuff that it's best for. Here's H&M, very interesting architecturally designed H&M. Now I believe I'm getting to the more business district. But now I'm not walking on Decatur Street anymore. This is North Peter Street. There's Sephora. It's not open yet. They open at 10 o'clock. So I'm about 3 hours too early for it. After I've finished with this walk, I think I'm gonna need some extra fragrance and scents from Sephora. So good to know where it is. And I think that those two people back there were commenting on my camera and how they might be online. This corner is a big vacant lot now. I already see Canal Street in the distance, which is where I'm going to go. If I'm not mistaken, that building to the left, no, that can't be the aquarium. The aquarium is a little bit farther down. Well, maybe it is. Yeah, that's the aquarium. Nice large building. Here's a hole in the sidewalk. Gotta be careful what you step around here. There's a public bus, the RTA bus. Okay. I guess I'll walk now. Why not? A lot of these places across the street, they don't really have too much signage on them. You can't really tell what they are from across the street because the font's so small. That's probably a historic thing. They keep the signs small like that. I'm just assuming anyway. This, I believe, is the shopping mall of the area. Haven't gone inside it yet, but maybe I'll go into the shopping mall during one part of my trip. Gotta be careful of left turns. It's a big Starbucks on the corner there. And there's no sidewalk for me to go on unless they made a space for me on the left side. Hope so. Let's do the little peek. Nope. Have to cross the street here. Oh my gosh, just tripped. New Orleans is changing. So here's Canal Street. I'm gonna walk to the waterfront, doing the little peek, make sure no one's around. But I'll go anyway, why not? One thing I've learned from the locals here, people jaywalk just as much as New York City residents do, so it's fair game. Here's the shopping center, Canal Place from the outside. Okay, getting some extra revenue for the city here. There's a streetcar. Harrah's Casino across the street. I've heard it's one of the biggest casinos in the area. Very well planned out and designed. I don't condone anyone to gamble because I believe it is a tax on the poor. This Westin is so huge. I hear some parrots up there in the trees. Take a look at this. Construction elevators going up and down that building with the crane on top. There's ⁴ Casino. Now this is where you get the ferries at Canal Street to Algiers Point. I've heard that it is a common thing for people to do, to take the ferry to Algiers Point and back. I believe the ferry ride is a very reasonable price as well, under $2. Haven't checked it yet, but that's what I've heard anyway. So there's an outlet over here, a river walk, ⁴ Casino from the front. I'll check out the river walk, why not? And that is a beautiful aquarium. Good thing about the aquarium is that it's indoors, so if it's raining or the weather is particularly poor, you can always spend your time inside there. Of course, as soon as I get here, a big boat passes by and I don't get the view that I want, but that's okay. I'll get there when I get there. No use running when I still have a whole day to explore New Orleans. Wow, there's a lot of birds in that aquarium. Birds are very essential for aquatic life also, via their droppings and the maintenance of the ecosystem. Okay, here's the river walk. Very nice, especially with the sun here. Very interesting they have these barricades here, probably because it's so unstable. That's the only reason why I think they would have them. But anyway, I'm going to walk Canal Street back. I think one day I will ride the streetcar. It's an experience I shouldn't pass up, but I wanted to show you Canal Street from a pedestrian perspective. There's Canal Street from the southern end. Interesting, they have jazz music playing in the front of the casino like this. New Orleans. I keep saying that, it's New Orleans. New Orleans is the city of jazz. Love the layout of this street here with the two trees on either side. You can just see the towering hotels of the area, the Sheraton and the Marriott. Capital One's over there. Here's Doubletree by Hilton. There's the construction I passed by earlier. Very interesting store. Artistic t-shirt designs and other clothing. Jazz gumbo. Pigeons flying right at me. Don't know what this business is supposed to be. It's a wine, spirits, gifts, and luggage company. Open 24 hours, which is Very unusual for businesses around here to be open 24 hours. Creole house across the street. Here's the Marriott and the Sheraton. I'll point up soon. There's a Sheraton. Very impressive hotels. I don't think it's the height of the tourist season right now. Definitely not. Most people wouldn't want to come to New Orleans in the summertime. It's just very hot and uncomfortable. Right now it's not too bad. Most people, they come to New Orleans during February and March, which is the time of Mardi Gras. That's when things can really get wild here. Here's the streetcar. I like how they announce their stops. It's very useful for people who are unfamiliar with the area. Here's the JW Marriott right now. Very upscale restaurants inside there. A Brazilian steakhouse. Got a big Starbucks on the corner there. Camera store. I saw New York Camera Incorporated across the street. Very funny. I mean, what makes a camera a New York camera rather than a New Orleans camera? Technically, I could say I have a New Orleans camera right now because it's in New Orleans. Here's a bunch of pigeons eating up. You know what's I find kind of funny? I'm walking just as fast as the streetcar here because there's just so many stops in between. But the plus is that the streetcar is air conditioned and you get to sit down. That streetcar to the right of me, behind the Dogfish Head truck, is just so full of people. I guess now will be rush hour for people. Yeah, there you go. You get to see everyone there. I'm gonna walk to the left here to avoid this person. Alright. Person to the right of me laughing to himself, mentally ill or unstable. I wish these people get the help they need soon. Here's Magnolia Wine Co., Walgreens, giant Walgreens over here. That car's honking because it's their turn to go through the green light and they're not. This is my block. I'm making a left here. I just smelled the urine there on the side of the street. One good travel tip I have for everyone here: if you're going to somewhere new, pack some charcoal pills. They help filter all the bad food and elements through your body. Here's the Roosevelt Hotel. Someone sleeping to the side here. So sad to see. The Waldorf Astoria Spa. Four Winds. So this is where my Airbnb is, on Common Street, around the south side of the Roosevelt Hotel block. It'll be a real shame if this battery dies before I get to the entrance. But anyway, I'm here at my Airbnb. If you enjoy this video, give it a big like, subscribe for some more adventures, ring that bell icon so you know when I'm posting a new video. And I will see you all next time. Catch you later.